Okay, so what is she doing? What is she doing, you ask? That's a valid question. Doesn't look like she's doing anything. She definitely is, though, because she's shaking. Ah, see, she had to stop. It was that hard. Ha! That's what she was doing. They're called isometrics. Why was she doing isometrics? Well, fitness, in my opinion, many times is about finding what you're not good at. Look, she's laughing at something. I don't know what she's laughing at. Probably some dumb thing I said. Finding what you're not good at and getting better at it. Shoring up deficiencies. And so this is like our third set. We did like 3 warm-up sets, 4 warm-up sets, whatever. And whether this is the third or the fourth set, basically in the first few sets we were looking for something that just didn't feel as strong. It didn't feel as smooth. It didn't feel as strong. There was a weakness, there was shakiness, there was instability. And so this was my micromanage, because I try to micromanage my clients, 1 time per exercise. I said, do this exercise, do this leg extension, but tell me if there's a point in which you feel weak anywhere along the way. And it was this point right here, just above the bottom of the lift, where she's engaged. She's at about 90 degrees knee flexion. And even more specifically, because it's absolutely imperative that we get specific with our strength and conditioning needs, Julie was weaker on the left side. So again, Julie was only weaker on the left side. I don't think she was weaker. I think maybe there was some, it might have been weaker. I don't think there was any much pain or discomfort or anything like that. I think she definitely felt it in the front of the knee, but only on the left side. So I asked her, I said, all right, in this situation where doing a single leg extension at the very bottom of the lift, in this particular variation, we only find weakness on the left side. Do we even care about the right? 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 See, it changes the way you say it. Put the emphasis on the whatever. I say not really. I don't really care about the right. The right's fine. It's strong. We're looking for weaknesses. But we're still going to do the right. Because the left side informs the right side, and the right side informs the left side. And it's all just one interconnected system anyway. So there's no harm in doing the right. An interesting question might be, is there harm in not doing the right and leaving her one-sided? I think that's a subjective answer too. Or there's a subjective answer to that. But we're just going back and forth. To tell you the truth, I don't really know how much more I have to say about it, except she just changed it up there, where I said hold it at the bottom for a while, and then when you're about 60% cooked, you're fatigued, 60, 70%, and and you feel like you have just enough juice left in you, then just kick it up. Overcome. See how hard that was with the left side? It was easy with the right side. Okay, thank God. We're on to a new exercise. Thank God. All right, what are we doing here? She's obviously standing one-legged with her other leg up on a plyo box. She's holding the TRX, and she's standing completely upright, neutral position, except that her leg is up on a plyo box. And she's leaning back. She's leaning back, trying to keep the standing leg straight-ish, and leaning back. What's the purpose of this exercise? What do you think? What do you think the purpose of this exercise is? What do you think the purpose of this exercise is? It's a hip flexor exercise. When the standing leg is in a fixed position and there's spinal extension, or in this case some hip extension. Oh, I'm flipping the camera around, finally. Duh. I've been filming in portrait this whole time. I need to film in landscape. That's like photography 101. So when you lean back with the legs fixed on the ground and you lean back, so spinal extension, hip extension, you get a lengthening of the anterior spine. And the entire anterior spine is mostly covered by different parts of the psoas major, psoas minor. Okay, so I guarantee you that she's got her right leg down on the ground. She's really feeling this in the front of her right hip. And I'm telling her, use your hands as little as possible. Have them there in case you're going to fall, but use them as little as possible. Okay, we got a new exercise. I thought I was going to have a bunch of dead space. I didn't think I was going to have anything to talk about. Turns out I can just say stuff about movement ad infinitum, and somehow I just keep on coming up with these thoughts. Are they relevant? Are they relevant? Is any of this relevant? I don't know. But it's fun, movement's fun. Getting better at stuff is fun. Not being in pain is fun. Living your life because you got an awesome body is fun. And Julie has definitely taken good care of herself. And she is super fit. Very active person. Okay, what are we doing here? It's like a single leg RDL situation. And her hands down on the plyo box because I just want to give her something so she's not falling over. And you can tell it's a bit of a challenge exercise. A lot of weebles, a lot of wobbles, some tilties. I'm not zoomed up on her ankle, but I guarantee you the ankle on the ground's doing a lot of inversion and eversion, trying to stabilize. Okay, let's see. And then I know at some point in this exercise, it became a real question of, hey, do you know how much higher your right hip is from your left hip? And so we kind of played with that a little bit. Okay, here we are again. What are we doing here? I call this a reverse plank. The 2 points of contact are sort of like the beginning of your upper back and shoulders and then your heels. And, you know, you got some sliders, so there's a little bit of give in the position of the feet, and you can change the angle of the angle of flexion in the knee pretty easily. Julie's freestyling here. I don't think I told her to do any of this. She's freestyling. Why? Because she's on a path to movement mastery. She's on a path to explore movement. And she's open to finding whatever happens, and she's open to working with whatever she finds. So she's open to finding whatever happens, and she's open to working with whatever she finds. Okay? It's an open mindset. It's a growth mindset too. How about that? A little growth mindset? You think anyone could benefit from a growth mindset? Okay, here we are. I've got my magic table. You know, growth mindset this, growth mindset that. We can stop talking about that now because we have the magic table. We don't even need a mindset. You don't even need a mindset. When your table is this good, you need no mindset. I mean, it's like the table does have to work for you. You know, if you're not an absolute jabroni and you just let the table do the work, then you're cooking. Okay, we're stretching the hip flexors, but there's an issue. The issue is there's nothing blocking her left leg. She has nothing to press against with her left leg, the leg that's on the table. And so she's going to experience a sense of not having anything to ground against. You can see her arm is sort of reaching for the edge of the table. And I think in a minute we're going to put something. See, now I'm like, oh, got to hold down the leg. Because she's pushing her right knee into my chest, which of course is going to draw her left leg posteriorly. Here I go for the weights because we need them. Boom, 25 pounds. Oh, she lost her blue pad. That's so sad. Boom, we've got the leg, we've got the left leg blocked. Now she's got a little something to press against. I raised the table up, ergonomics. Now I'm taking her leg into extension, femoral extension of the femur at the hip. And bingo bango, I want her to press her knee into my abdomen. So I want her to try to push me, towards the front of her body. I want her to try to bring her right knee so that it's in line with her left knee, and I'm just going to hold her there. It's like a very controlled wrestling match between two, old timers. Bingo, bango. Here I try to get I go for the, what am I going for? I'm going for the reverse grip, I suppose. Oh, she just relaxed her foot. That's a pro move. I didn't even notice that the first time. Scroll back 5-10 seconds. She relaxes her foot. It's like amazing. And again, I'm just holding her there. Push forward, push forward, push forward. And, are there better ways to do this? Probably. She knows what she's doing. And sure enough, she's keeping a nice bit of stability. You can't see it, but remember I put the 25-pound weight behind her right calf, so she has a little something to press against. You know, the goal of all this is to get appropriate levels of forces. So even if I put her in the best position ever and it's so relaxing, it's the best stretch ever, it's so relaxing. If we can't deliver adequate forces to the tissues, such that the tissues are required to adapt and respond, then the stretch is ineffective. You can have the most beautiful stretch of all time, but unless you're able to deliver a powerful enough stimulus,